Welcome to Journey Through the Gate, your paranormal portal podcast, as we delve into the many questions and wonders brought on by the supernatural experience. What's on the other side of the gate? Let's find out together.
Hi everybody, how you doing? Come on in here. Steve, get out from underneath that big old top hat. Hello and welcome to Monday Madness, everybody. There he is.
Hey.
There he is. Hey to everybody in the chat already. Gosh, we got Oracles and Beyond in here. We've got R. Young. You see any of yours in there, Steve? Well, they're all yours, mine, and ours now, aren't they?
Pam Smith, Callie Snyder,
Yours, mine, and ours.
R. Young, R. Stevens
Marie.
is here.
Pam Smith, Slow Motion, hello. I read in the chat from a show last night, I believe it was, that Slow Motion said that they were subscriber for good now. So thank you, Slow Motion. Thanks for coming in. I've seen you in a couple chats, though. I'm glad you're part of the subscribers. Now, listen, we're only like 20-something away, Steve, for 1,000. I mean, boy, we're getting to organic, aren't we? Well, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yep, 23
Absolutely.
more subscribers. You need to hit your 1,000.
I love each and every single.
If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe.
And hit the like. Hit the like, please. And let's see if I can get any of these here. There's one. I can't believe I can get any of this done. Yeah. To get them to working. There we go. Monday Madness with Steve Stockton. There we go. So how you doing, Steve? It's been a week. No way.
I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, it flew by, didn't it? It's just September is flying by.
Yep.
Whole summer has.
Yeah. I mean, it's hot. You said it was hot there, right?
Yeah, it's in the 80s.
I think it's hot here, too. I've been putting
outside
together.
Got too hot, and now I'm just like, it's hot in my room here.
Yeah.
I can't have the air conditioner on in here. It makes too much noise.
Yeah, noise. Yeah. Same thing here. I mean, this microphone picks up a little bit of everything, I think. So, I have to turn everything off, too. But that's just the way it is. I mean, because it's grinding and it's too loud and there's nothing I can do about it. So there's that. So, hey to everybody I missed in here on Common Belief, my fantastic mods. Now, a little bit of house cleaning off the top. You'll see a lot more mods in here. Now, I guess the closer you get to 1,000, they want to shut down your live chat and everything else. And out there, you don't even have to ask. If you get somebody coming in here and they're obviously just, throwing out curse words. Now, we do have, time to time, have a good, session and use some fine cuss words. But that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is it's obvious. It's just a blitzkrieg of words that you wouldn't want to say in front of your mama. Just to get the chat shut down or so we can't do lives anymore, and it's, they make money for it, and they're just bots, so there's no reason to fight with them. Just rebuke them. You don't even have to ask me. Just block them, get rid of them, just hit them hard, hit them fast, and just move on with the chat. Don't let them steal nothing from your energy. You know what I mean, Steve?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was big enough over on Missing Person Mysteries, we don't have to worry about it, but like Gemma's channel, she gets hit with them pretty hard
all the time. Yeah, so like I said, you don't even have to ask. If you look down and I've got quite a few mods, and I did it on purpose, because I know the people that I gave them to, they care just as much about the chat as I do, and a lot of times it throws the guest off because, I'm looking at it and the reason I'm watching is how fast the mods just tear them apart. Just, it's like patting out there, but, it will throw off a guest. I mean, I think it about knocked Jim Wyrick right off his chair. That
Yeah.
That one night, he come out his chair. And so, thanks, mods, for doing that. Like I said, just get rid of them fast and just move on, because they're hitting YouTube hard. They're hitting all of us hard. So
Yeah, we got one the other night on 13 Past, but every single person in the channel was a mod, so they didn't last long. They came in, they got one little sentence, and then they were pounced on and got their ass kicked out the door.
Yep. Broke into the wrong damn chat, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I feel about it, because we've got the Black Ops and mods out here, so, and they've been through some stuff, so it's not a problem. They've got it handled. So tonight, did you have any pressing news other than your books are blowing up the charts, and I'm just so proud of you, Steve.
Just
Tell us about it. Tell us about it a little bit.
Got my author copies of this one in. It's doing real well. It's number one in 3 categories. And then my publisher messaged me the other day and said the pre-sale for book 3 is doing even better than this one did at the same point in the pre-sale.
Tearing it up.
Yep. Loving it.
Tearing it up. I love it because there's nothing, I certainly can't speak like I'm this, polished author or nothing, but it's absolutely, when you see your book in print, all those words, especially if it's experiences you had, because I know, Steve, some of yours are your experiences, when you go through that again and you put it into words and you find a way to get it all, and then you have to make chapters out of it, and you have to make it all make sense, because just because it makes sense to you doesn't mean it's going to make sense to somebody else.
True.
That's the hard part. And, by the time you go through that, and editors and, margins. We could talk about margins, right, Steve? Just trying to get that stuff.
Thankfully, when I went with a traditional publisher, now I've got people that do the layout and editing and all that. But yeah, like when we were putting our book together, oh my God, I was ready to pull my hair out.
Yeah. And trying to get the cover to fit. And I got this fantastic. I remember the day I told Steve we got a new cover for the book, because I got somebody. It was so cool because somebody in the UK drew the picture I was looking for, and I found it. What's the chances?
Yeah.
There I am in the gate, the very gate that I use at the beginning of this intro to this show. Right, Steve? Mm-hmm. And there's this little girl. And she's got the crow, the raven, which I have in my backyard. She's got the 2 cats, one in the back cover, and one, coming over the gate, over the brick wall, and all the people and the ghosts, the earthbound spirits behind her that that she's seen through her life, and that are attracted to her light. Anyway, there was the cover. I was like, phew. I had raced to get it before somebody else got it, and the only difference was I said, "Can you make her have red hair?" And he said, "Psst, sure." And that was it, right, Steve? Yeah. Everybody thinks it's this big, thing to it is a big thing to get a cover to your book, but sometimes it just happens.
That I've had happen lately. Somebody in Florida saw my book for sale in a Target store in the book section, and somebody else said that they saw it in Walmart. So. That's when you know you made it. It's when your book shows up in the discount stores.
Yep. Oracles, thank you so much, Oracles, for all that you do. I see her sharing this show and your show and promoting everybody's stuff. Everybody get in there and promote her. And she said she can't wait to read. She ordered the book, Steve. Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah.
Just the thought of somebody wanting to read your experiences and stuff. So anyway, congratulations, Steve. I wanted to bring that up because I'm seeing it all over the place, and it's blowing up. But I've got something coming up too that I wanted to announce that I figured why not.
You're having another kid.
Well, no. No, rebuke it. No. The Halloween story that I wrote for your birthday, and for anybody that's new here that doesn't know, the quickest version of this is Steve's birthday is Halloween. What do you give somebody that's working hard trying to put out episodes every night, 31 days of Halloween, right, Steve? Yep. So I write him a ghost story. I figured I can write a ghost story. I wrote one, narrated it, recorded it, sent it to Steve's. Happy birthday, take the day off. And people liked it, and that led to me writing a book called The Strange Case at Cabin 22. This one here, Sly Dog that he is, says, I bet you can't write one that's got everything in it, Halloween, and make it make sense, or something like that, right, Steve?
Yeah, it's like everything you can throw in there, even the kitchen sink. You've got a haunted kitchen sink in there.
Probably so. I know the kitchen's a little haunted. A couple of them are. But, so anyway, he did. And so, for some reason, be it Halloween or spirits were at play or a bunch of things mixed together, I write this thing called The Strange Case of Cabin 22, thinking about Scooby-Doo and the dog. And that's where the dog comes in. And it turned out to be a story of good versus evil and things that actually happened to myself, close friends, and friends of both Steve and I, right, Steve? Mm-hmm. And we put them all together in one story. And what I'm going to do is after Monday Madness, every Monday, I'm going to do a listen live watch party, and we're going to listen to it again, and I invite everybody to listen along with me, because what I'm doing is I'm writing it and putting it into a book. So editing is the hardest thing. If you ever wrote something and wish you'd gone back and you said you were putting on red shoes, and before you know it they were blue and you didn't catch it? So I'm inviting you know what I mean? It's hard. Those are the hardest things, right, Steve?
The continuity errors. Yeah, I've done that where I called the character, maybe Scott in one chapter and then called him Bill in the next. And I could tell them apart, but I forgot.
Well, see, you hear it different, too. You get used to hearing it. So keep in mind, chat, I wrote this story. Now, I swear, my hand to God, and Steve will back me on this. There are parts of this, in fact, I would venture to say whole chapters, Steve, that I don't remember writing originally. And I think... Again, I would bet my last $5 that there was somebody standing behind me, either, what do you call it? Not automatic writing, but, spirit writing, where they're putting the ideas in your head. They wanted their story known. Some of these characters come to life, like Skeet, Jeb. You don't know whether to love Jeb or hate him. Poor Tater. Poor Tater, he's so scared and so big and goofy and probably smartest person on the land, just doesn't know how to put it into words, It's just quiet. And like a big 5-year-old in a 6'5".
Did you ever watch Hee Haw years and years ago?
Hoss.
Hoss from Bonanza. But he reminded me of Junior Samples from Hee Haw, too.
Yeah, Hee Haw. That's right. Junior Samples. Yeah, I remember that in Hee Haw. Yeah. No, I was thinking Hoss because I always secretly had a thing growing up. Ladies will laugh at this. If you remember Bonanza, now this is getting off track a minute, but it's worth the sidestep. There was Adam. There was Little Joe. There was Pa. I forget Lauren Green's name. I forget. He was just Pa. There was the little. There was
Cartwright, I think.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah. And there was the Chinese cook, Hop Sing or somebody. Hop Sing. And there was Adam, Little Joe. Help me out, chat. Hoss.
That's all of them.
Well, there's another one. Wonder 4. Wasn't there 4? Wait a minute. Adam, Hoss, Little Joe. Is that it?
That's it.
No.
And,
is it?
Ben, yeah.
Really? That's it? And then the dad, right?
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, ladies, you know what I'm talking about. When I said as a young teenager, I went for Adam, the man in black. But he was nice, but boy, he bar fight, and he had a little evil around the edges. He had a little bad boy.
He was tough. He'd beat his brothers up and stuff if they needed it.
He had, it's true. But he had a little bad boy on him. And I never took to Little Joe. I just thought he was a little sarcastic upstart.
A little too prissy.
Yeah, he was a little too pretty for me.
Even on Little House on the Prairie, later on, Michael Landon he was too...
Yeah,
too groomed looking to be a pioneer. No offense to
he made a great angel, though. He made a good angel, though. He had that good show. He walked the streets like Cain. Almost, I don't know if he was barefooted, but he sure didn't have much. He had an old pair of jeans that lasted all season. But but he made a good angel. But anyway, yeah, little Joe didn't do much for me. So I always said growing up, well, as I learned, you might want to date an Adam, but marry a Hoss.
Yeah. Well, Hoss he was the most real.
He was the sweetest.
He wasn't the smartest.
A gentle
he wasn't
giant.
the best looking, but he had a heart.
Loyal,
he had more
loyal
heart
to a
than all
fault.
of them put together. Yep.
He was loyal. He was kind-hearted and shy. He was a little like our Frankenstein from the Universal movies. Think about it with the Daisy. Not quite that gone, I don't mean to put Hoss down or nothing, but that kind of gentle, almost that of mice and men kind of feel to him, You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, the book. So, Strange Case of Cabin 22. Now, for those of you that are tired of hearing it, just go la 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 la. I'm so sorry to bring it out again, but I think it's worth a listen if you haven't heard it. And if what I'm asking for those who have heard it, come along with me once a week. It's an hour a week. Listen to it with me, and I'll be jotting down stuff. If you have a comment on a character, give it. If you have something, you caught something somewhere where, he left the keys on the table and next thing you know, I'm starting to truck with him and I messed something up, tell me. Because I'm in the last bits of putting this in print and I want to be careful this time and make sure all my ducks are in a row. Does that make sense, chat? So if you have the time and you want to just escape this crazy world for a hot minute, and for an hour a week, listen to a chapter at a time with me. I'm calling it Cabin 22 Live Lounge, Steve. We're doing it. We're doing it upright. So we'll listen along, and for the last 2 chapters, I want to invite somebody in the chat to come in and guest host with me. The last 2 chapters, Steve. What do you think?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, and what did you think about the characters? What did you think about the good versus evil, the dark to light, the love conquers all? I mean, this is, I don't know, how would you describe it, Steve? It's not just good versus evil, it's nature versus...
It's, like I said, everything. There's every supernatural thing you could think of in there. There's ghosts, ghost kids, a rabbit or a rat rather with human intelligence.
Yeah.
Paranormal hippie types that are out there looking for stuff. You've got moonshiners. You got hillbillies. Yep. So I don't think there's any cannibals in there, but might be. Some of them may have eaten people just don't talk
There's
about
Bigfoot.
It.
There's both Bigfoot that
and
kind
dog,
of stays here a little bit more on this side, on this realm, let's say, without giving any spoilers away. But there's also another Bigfoot that kind of trips in and out the light fantastic there, right, Steve? Kind of in and out portals and dimensions and things like that. So anyway, for those who want to come along for the ride, it's a live watch party. We'll do 1 chapter at a time, 6 suites, and usher us right into Halloween week where we'll listen to the last part together. And it's really a good Halloween story, too. If you just like a good story, let's tell a story. Right, Steve?
Yep.
So there you go. A solid 21 minutes of house cleaning. What the hell do we come here to talk about, Steve? I've done forgot already. Oh!
British. The pseudonym there was commenting on my shirt. They've got a new album coming out.
Ooh,
I think it may have just come out. I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, if you're a Maiden fan, and I have been forever, I've seen them in concert like 30-something times. That's one of my favorite live bands to see.
Jeez, I've got stories. I like those stories that start the circus was in town. This one was like the night I fell asleep at the Iron Maiden concert. That's another one. True story. Lost my band jacket. Boy, I had a story to have to explain to the band when I lost my band jacket. That was bad news back in the 70s. You didn't lose. You got your ass beat. You got all kinds, but you didn't lose your band jacket back in the 70s. But I did at an Iron Maiden concert. So there's that. Strange as that may be, but anyhow,
I let it flash my boobs. I was just trying to lift my shirt up to
there you go, Eddie. Eddie, man, he was
the
everywhere in high school when I was a
Killers
kid.
album, and then in concert they bring out, they have like a 20-foot tall version of it
Yep.
that would come out and around the stage, and
Yep.
they always put on
That
a
was
hell
the
of a
shit back
show.
in the day, wasn't it, man? I
Yeah.
remember when Pink Floyd had an inflatable pig, and that's all anybody talked to. Monday morning at school, that's all anybody talked about. Oh my God,
You
it was
see
great.
that
They had
pig?
lasers. Oh my God, see that pig? See the size of that pig? I mean, that's all you heard about. Yeah, who's the music any good? I don't know. I took 4 hits of acid. I don't remember. It was great. It was great. That's all you heard back in the day. That's it. But we had the music, didn't we, Steve? Holy
Oh
shit.
yeah, I'm telling you.
I'm so grateful to have had the 70s just for that, just for the music. Just, the barefoot, bell bottom, long hair, love beads. Woof. Oh, man. If you could go back, I think that'd be one era that I visited again.
Definitely.
And the cars alone, the motorheads. Anyway, what did we get together to talk about tonight? It was British Ghost Caught on Tape. Now, I don't know what some of your favorites are, chat. I don't know if you've heard of some of the ones, but I tried to get ones not so much my favorite, but ones that were a little different. Now, when I think back, Bloody Tower, first off. Right, Steve? You think about the tower in London, right? And the torture and when you're thinking about London and haunted, I mean, that's got to be on your list, right? Tower of London?
Yeah, the Bloody Tower.
Yeah.
There's so many different apparitions that they've seen there.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the one, you mentioned it earlier in the pre-show, where they had the security camera footage of some kind of robed, hooded thing throw open the back doors. Actually, the doors open up. It didn't touch them. The doors open and it steps through the doors.
It's so true. It's like a gust of wind or something. Now, chat, you know me, day before, sometimes the morning of a show like this, I'll tap Steve on the shoulder. I'll say, what about this? What about that? He's never said no. I mean, it's like, throw something at me. We'll talk about anything, toe-headed something or other. Steve's game, right? So I'll usually try to throw together a video or something in case somebody in the chat has no idea what we're talking about, like the stilt people. What do you call those, stilt walkers?
Night crawlers.
Night crawlers. Then there's that little Dobby looking thing that was running down the driveway we showed a couple weeks ago. It was like a little bow-legged thing running down the driveway. Some of the people in the chat may not have seen it. So what Steve's talking about is Hampton Court Ghosts. And back, I think it was 2003 maybe, but I have a little video anyway. So, you know me, I'm going to get together for the chat, just for this chat, Steve. Okay? I'll do something like this. So I went ahead and I put together a video. Let's see if I can get it to work, okay? So everybody watch this, just in case you've never seen the Hampton Court Ghost. Let's see how this goes. Here we go.
Says, hold my beer. Watch this.
Hold my beer. Here we go. Oh, crispy. Okay. 2003. Okay. Here he comes now. I slowed it down so you can see. See those doors blow open? Now look real close and I'll get you a close up. And here comes a better look. Do y'all see that? I don't know how good the chat can see.
Yeah.
There's a couple of close-ups. Look at the brocade on this long cloak. Look at the brocade on it and the hands on the door handles. Look at this.
When it first opened, it's not even near the doors. The doors flew open and it looks like Skeletor or something there.
Right?
And they said that they don't even have any costumes like that the people there wear.
Right.
There was no costumed people there at that time when that happened.
Hang on 1 second. I'm running it through just to see if I'm trying to get it to the point where I can stop it. Yep, 2003. Here we go. Here it is again. See the doors blow open? He's nowhere near it. See what Steve's talking about? And then he comes through.
And he grabs the doors and closes them.
Yep. Like when he was walking by, they just blew open, Steve. You know what I mean? Like a gust of wind. Here, a better shot. And there it goes again. And the brocade on that cloak, or whatever you call it, it's almost like a monk, is it not?
Yeah, it looks expensive, like maybe something royalty would wear, or
Right.
at least upper crust. No peasant would be wearing anything like that.
Absolutely true. Let's see what the chat's saying. Hold my beard, Steve. That's funny. Slow motion. How you doing, hon? Pseudonym. Jackie. Hi. Starlight. Come. Black Dragons here. Oracles, of course. My read. Sue. Oracles again. Grey Wolf Paranormal. Hi, hon. Andrew. Gnomes Trucking Express. Hi. R. Young. Pam Smith. Hi, sweetie. Andrew. Okay. I just wanted to see if I caught anybody in here. This Hampton Court always gave me chills, Steve, because of everything you mentioned. It's like he walked by and the doors burst open, and then he grabbed the doors to close them, right?
That's what it looked like.
Yeah. And now you remember Rob Guttrow. He was on here, and he's a medium, fantastic medium. We'll get him on chat, and you'll absolutely love Rob too. He talks to animals, and he's a meteorologist for NASA. So he goes at it with the science, but he can't explain his gift away. So he rolls with it, you know. So he's really cool. But he went to Hampton Court. And he said that the same thing you did, Steve, that nobody was there dressed like that. There was no costumed characters. There was no costumes like that in the castle. That they do plenty good getting tours and stuff through there. They have no reason to do something like this for attention. And nor do they want it. You know how the British are, you know, no offense, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's crazy, right, chat? What do you think? Oh gosh, everything. Yeah, I'm with Pam. So everything about Old England creeps me out. Yep, me too. Well, everything goes back there. Even the pub, Steve, right?
Yeah, everything there is old. I went to college with a guy from England. And he said, yeah, my house that I live in is not that old. It's only like 500 or 600 years old. And, you know, you hear that and it's just like, what?
What?
And then some of the oldest hauntings that you ever hear of, was a guy that kept seeing Roman soldiers marching through his cellar.
Yes.
And they were at a different level. And he did some additional research and found out that the level that he was seeing them on, that's where the level of the road was.
Yep.
When it passed through there, the old Roman road through Europe.
Absolutely, and it was a couple of feet off the road. Said that when they walked by, he was close enough to see the hair on their legs, chat. He was close enough to see that they had a 5 o'clock shadow, and the emotion from them as they walked by, they were. You could tell they had been walking on the road for quite a while, you know, and they were weary coming back into camp, you know, into the fort, and.
Yeah.
Man, that was something, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It was almost more than an echo. Didn't he hear a trumpet before he saw him come through the wall?
All kinds of stuff. And then,
oh, wow.
Creepy. And then the other place, Ancient Ram Inn, it's been on Ghost Adventure, some of that stuff. That place has been an inn since for like 700 or 800 years or something like that. They see all kinds of stuff there. Okay, be careful there, Pam.
Yep, be careful, Pam. So yeah, I mean, that's crazy, that Russian one. I think when I did episode 1, Chad, if you really like a couple of ghost stories, just one bam, 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 and a little bit about Hans Holzler too. Episode 1 that's on this channel. We have to look down because it's episode 1. And it's buried under quite a few episodes, but it's one ghost story after another. And I think I've got the Lincoln's train in there. I've got the Roman soldiers and from the guy who saw him, his perspective, and then what he found out later from some people that worked in the kitchen above and all that other stuff. There's, what else in there? Titanic Ghosts is in there, and a bit about Hans Holzer and Peter Underwood. And I'll tell you something about Peter Underwood. Steve knows, 38, Steve. Peter Underwood was out there and about with Borley Mansion, right?
Yeah.
And what else did he do? He was really big in the paranormal, parapsychologist, right? Yeah. So in that time frame. So he was also the president of something called the Ghost Club for like 35 years. So they would do very much what paranormal investigators do now. They would go out with their equipment. Of course, they had, 38, what they have, Steve, as far as camera equipment. They didn't have 35 millimeter. They had brownies. Would they have brownies and shit like that?
Yeah, something like that. Some kind
like the kind you look down and have on a tripod still?
Rangefinder cameras. I'm not sure, but it was rudimentary, but
Right.
I think they used pendulums and Ouija boards and stuff like that.
Right.
But they called it psychical research. They didn't even really know what to call it.
Right. Well, I know he was real big with Borley Manor and all the stuff that was going on in the Borley, because that was the
Rectory.
Rectory. The nun that haunts the gardens.
Picture there of a brick caught mid-flight that.
Yep.
Nobody threw it. It just kind of rose up and then sailed across the room. It burned to the ground, and they think that the spirits may have had something to do with it burning. That it was just so haunted that it caught on fire. If there is such a thing.
It was all kind of stuff. There was rumors all about, from a nun trying to leave with a lover, forbidden love, and hung herself in the garden. And then I heard she was walled up, bricked up in one of the walls there at the rectory. I heard all kinds of stuff. But anyway, Peter Underwood was all over that mess. And that was back in 1938. And I think they even, through the college he was a professor at, got a bunch of college students and stuff, and ran all these seances and stuff in the Borley. And stayed there for a couple of weeks, just like probably one of your first paranormal sit-ins or weekends or whatever you want to call it, Steve.
Yeah.
And they got all kinds of different stuff off the Borley. But the thing was with the Borley, I think, was more fed off of the families that were there, too. Because some families would move there and get nothing. And then others, but that was the Borley. Anyway, Peter Underwood was a pip. And he used to have this radio show where he'd tell ghost stories, much like Steve does now. He'd just get on there and he would read a story and okay, see you next Tuesday, And he was very good at it. But if there was something going down in London, around where he was in it. And one of the things he was in is another video I have for you guys tonight. It's, do you remember ever hearing of the Tulip Staircase, Steve? Mm-hmm. Okay. The
gray lady or white lady or something they see there, or
yes,
brown lady, black lady, something like that.
Yep. And now the brown lady reminds me of that one. The brown lady of something. That was another one from being a kid, seeing in all the books.
They have a lot of ladies captured on staircases there.
They certainly do.
And of course, have Anne Boleyn, walking around without her head. She appears every year on sometime in May, when the anniversary of her execution was. And she's been seen different places. That's unusual about that. Blickling Hall is the most famous place she's seen, but she's appeared at the Bloody Tower.
Where she's still running.
Yeah.
It's still running down the hall. Now, remember me mentioning Rob Guttrow? That was another place he went. So not only did he get to see Hampton Court, but he went there, and he said he forgot where he was because he was on this little tour, but the tour had gotten ahead of him and the rest of his crowd. So they're walking through, and he had this female anxiety-ridden, fear-ridden female energy just run right through him, and before he realized it, she was passed through him and gone through the other side, and no pun intended. Before he realized that she was who she was, it was Anne. It's Anne Boleyn running through him, and then he found out the hall he was standing in. It's a great story, but anyhow, Peter Underwood and his ghost club went to the Queen's house, which is where the Tulip Staircase is. Now, I did a video so the chat could see. This is an unbelievable staircase. It's one of the circular staircases that were so prevalent in that kind of architecture. And when you look up you're looking through this stained glass of this blue and white. So look at that too in a little video here. But also there was a picture taken by a couple who went there, and the picture became famous. It was one of the early caught on tape kind of things. So here's this little video here. Let's see if it'll play. In 1966, a retired Canadian reverend and his wife visited the Queen's house. The Rev and Mrs. Harry had heard about the famous tulip staircase and took a photograph. It was not until they developed it once they were back home, and they saw it had captured an image of a hooded figure. Now look down here. See the close-up, the hooded figure and the hands on the railing?
On its way up the staircase.
Yep. On closer inspection, the figure appears to be ascending the stairs in pursuit of a second and possibly third figure. Look at here. Now I'll get you a close-up. Look in front of the figure. You see? It almost looks like there's two more.
Creepy.
Isn't it, though? Now, Peter Underwood and the famed Ghost Club investigated that night in September. The vigilance seance produced no conclusive evidence. But there it is again. You can see the three. And there's looking up the staircase. Is that not amazing? How about that one? Oh, Crispy and his friends. Okay, isn't that an incredible staircase? That is amazing. And just being on that staircase, I can imagine. It must be overwhelming just to be around that kind of architecture like that. You just don't see it. That
Indeed.
you know. I agree with Sue. It's absolutely a gorgeous staircase. Oh, Aunt Edna did not get a notification. You did not. Wait a minute. Where'd she go? She slipped through on me. Here she is. Nope, I missed her again. But the chat's moving so fast I can't keep up with it. She did not get a notification. Hope everybody is well. We hope you're well, Aunt Edna. Sorry you didn't get a notification. Does that happen to you, Steve? I mean, I almost find that you got to go back.
Go and turn them off and turn them back on. That'll usually fix it at least for a little while. And make sure you're still subscribed.
Yep.
I've found myself unsubscribed from message, and I know better. Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. But yeah, do that and like hit the bell and then come out of it and go back in again and hit it again. Sometimes that works. But I appreciate you guys being here and going through even all that mess to get here is amazing. So I thank you again. I don't take y'all for granted.
Cisco R. Young is asking you to show the lady on the staircase again.
Sure, I can absolutely do it. 1 second. Here we go.
Please.
Okay, there it is. It's telling about how we got the picture in 1966. And, of course, then you had to go back and get it developed before you caught anything. It's a really good picture. Here we go. It's coming. It's coming. Here we go. There it is, the base of that staircase. You can see the wrought iron, the tulips in the wrought iron. And then they looked again and saw what they thought was a second and possibly a third figure. Here's a close-up of that.
So creepy.
I know. And you can see the clear hooded figure just, either chasing or wailing or lamenting, something. I get sadness from it. Yeah, 1967, Peter Underwood was still going at it. That was one of the reasons I put that in here, because he was at it for a very long time, over a span of 40 years. And there's that beautiful staircase looking at the stained glass and up. So,
hey, Melissa Nicole, thanks for joining us.
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing? Sue says she loves the ambiance of the pics. They are just beautiful. They really are. That staircase though is kind of creepy at the same time. I don't know. I love circular staircases. Isn't there one that was built in? I call them nunneries, but that's probably not correct. Where nuns stay and. What is that called, chat? Gosh, I always forget the name of it. But anyway, they had a staircase built for him, and it was this carpenter that just showed up out of nowhere that knew how to do it. And it was a precise 33 steps for the years of Jesus was on earth. And put that staircase up and then never stayed to get paid or anything else, just left. And it was a perfectly balanced staircase. You ever heard that one, Steve?
Yeah.
Yep. It's amazing. And he was just disappeared, didn't he?
Yeah, didn't use
Coven.
Use like pegs or something,
Convent
nails or screws or anything. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Look. Yep, convent. Thank you so much, Purgatory. Appreciate
Let me
that.
see if I can share something here. This is
All right.
the Brown Lady of Raynham Hall.
Raynham Hall, that's it. Go for it, Steve. See if
it'll
we can get
let
it.
me- see if it'll let me
Yeah,
share
that
this
staircase is
screen.
absolutely. Woo. I agree, Chad. I agree. Brown Lady of Raynham Hall. Countless books she was in. I would just stare at that picture and just, are ghosts real? You know, I was about 8 years old. Will it let you share it?
It says it's sharing it now, but I don't know. I can't tell if anybody can see it or not.
And there's nothing here. That just made you bigger.
Oh, wait, it's down here. You got to pop it into the...
Pop it into the hooey.
See down at the bottom, where you got to add it to the stream.
Oh, here she is. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Hold on. It's hiding underneath this. There we go. Here we go. Far out. Look at us. Woohoo! Tech whiz bangs.
And there's several different photographs of
Yep.
that ghost beforehand. That's you.
The brown lady
A brown lady.
of Raynham Hall. Look at that. Ghost caught on tape back in the day. This picture, chat, was in probably every book I ever got on real ghost stories when I was between the ages of probably 8 and 13.
Yeah, it's always like in those Reader's Digest and
Yep.
the Time
Fate
Life
magazine.
books and all those Fate. Yeah.
Fate magazine, Ripley's Believe It or Not, you know, under ghosts and ghost photography. And this would be the only one that looked like it had any kind of substance to it as far as being real or had a good chance of proving you know, that something's out there, because a lot of the ones from this time period, Steve, that they were up against was all those ectoplasm ones with all the ectoplasm coming out of their mouth and the horns spinning around and, you know, the tables floating and you know what I mean. And so this was a picture that just, you just kind of hung on to that and go, well, man, you know, what if, you know, that's a trip. Thanks, Steve, for that. That was a good one. Yep, the brown lady of Raynham Hall. So, yep, very famous picture, Grey Wolf is saying here. And, yep, Ripley's. Hey, Patriot 1749, how you doing? And my read right here, yep, Ripley's, very famous picture, still amazing. It absolutely is. It absolutely is. How you doing, sweetheart? Glad you came in. So, and look who we're talking to. She's over there in... over in that territory, and the castles and the you could just imagine that those old ruins just speak, couldn't you, Steve? Just imagine.
Oh, no.
You know, the way rock remembers and you know, all quartz and limestone and all that, just kind of, it seems like it just records almost the memory and echoes it through time, I think. You know,
stone tape theory.
Exactly. And, you know, I don't know. It just, stuff like that just, it gets to me. Another one Rob told me was that he bumped into a monk there. How many times have you ever heard chat, people say, you don't bump into any old ghosts. It's just, you know, well, maybe like 100 years ago or maybe 40 years ago, but no, old ghosts. Listen, I've heard plenty of stories from people I trust. You know, those Roman soldiers weren't necessarily an echo. I think in some cases, those Roman soldiers you mentioned, Steve, actually turned out to be intelligent hauntings.
Yeah.
And interacted with people that saw them in some cases, yes, and guarded like parties and the front door and, you know, and stuff like that, and saluted people and, you know, reacted to people going by. So not all of those older ghosts are just echoes or you know, what do you call it? Residual. Not all of them are. Rob Guthrow bumped into another one. It was a monk that had been dead almost 1,000 years and said that he didn't even want to hear about crossing. He was putting himself in his own self-punishment because he betrayed a friend and got that friend killed. And apparently he was still punishing himself hundreds and hundreds of years later, Steve.
Yeah.
You know?
Amazing.
It's absolutely amazing. So, I don't know. Did you have any other favorite videos, ghosts caught on video, or I'm sure
Trying to think of some of the different ones I've seen. There's so many out there now, and it's hard to tell some of the newer ones what's real and what's not.
What is it?
To go on like a King Frostmare or Slapped Ham or one of those shows, they have some just amazing
Nuke's
stuff.
Top 5. I highly recommend Nuke's Top 5. I gotta hand it to Nuke. I mean, I think once every month, once every couple weeks, Nuke's come out with one, and he always gives credit, to the original person taking the video, and he has all these cute phrases, like judge for yourself, and did you see it? Yeah. But I love Nuke's Top 5. Yeah, that's a good one. But you don't know, Steve. That's just the thing. You don't know what's real and what isn't. You can do anything nowadays with CGI, and it's not like what we talked about a couple weeks ago with the old Universal monsters and stuff. They used the monsters were tinfoil with carrot fingers and and Dixie cups sticking out of them and stuff. It's a lot different now. Anything can be faked, but I kind of teased you. Oop, where'd you go? Oh, we lost him. How did that happen? Come on back, Steve. Okay, hold on. Let me send him another link here. Hang on, guys. We'll get it in Messenger. Come back, Steve. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Don't go away. Okay, hang in there. Don't go away. Talk amongst yourselves. Hang on. Hang on. Okay. There we go. We're back. Hang in there, guys. He'll be back in just a second. Give him a minute. So anyway, while Steve's not here, guys, I'll just tell the chat about it. I found this. I got lucky. And I found this little clip of what I think is a Glimmer Man. Now, everybody, if you're from Steve's chat, you're real used to, over there on Missing Persons and Mysteries, you're used to hearing a lot about Glimmer Man and the whole story behind when it started with David Paulides and Missing 411, and there was a bow hunter out in a tree, and it was a woman, and she's just out bow hunting, not far from her house and not far from a high school. Where is Steve gone? I don't know. I think the fairies got him. Hold on a second. Where's he going? I don't know if he's trying to message me or what. He might have lost his stuff. Hang on one second, guys. Let me just send him a message. Come on up, buddy. Where you at? But, so anyway, she's up in a tree, right? Don't worry, I can tell stories till Steve gets back any day. So, hang in there. So, she's up in a tree, and she can even hear the high school band practicing at the high school football field not far away, right? And all of a sudden she hears this little crackling in the trees, and she's real quiet, and she's in her deer blind up in the tree, and she looks across, and she sees this, what she said looked like a monkey crouching in a tree, only bigger than a monkey, but kind of shaped like that and crouched down like a monkey would. And it had kind of a mirrored type cloaking, full bodysuit or something on. And she's trying to describe it as best she could. And the closest thing she came to was the old movie Predator. And the way the Predator had that cloaking device when it hit his controls on his, whatever you go, spacesuit or whatever the hell it was. Anyway, he could make himself look invisible, right? Or at least cloak him using its surroundings, either through mirror or whatever, right? And yeah, Patriot 174, I think the fairies got him. I don't know what happened to him, but he's got to come back because he's got to see his surprise video, because all day long I've been wanting him to see this video. And, I've kept it secret from him, so he better come back here so he can watch it. But I'm not hearing anything from him. He's not, like, messaging me or anything. It's like he disappeared. missing 411. No, Steve, you better come back here because you can't be doing that to us in this chat. So anyway, so she sees this thing in the tree, and it's kind of invisible, like it's cloaked. And I did, Sue. I sent him another invite too. And so he could just follow the link in. Or I think what he did was probably erase his video and then he erased himself. So I hope it's not like when Bugs Bunny got erased back in the old cartoons where you that magic hand that drew Bugs Bunny, you could just erase him and that would be it, you know. Of course, Bugs Bunny wouldn't get completely erased. He'd pull some kind of little gig. But anyway, so this lady sees this thing in the tree and she can hear it, and it's making those like weird clicking noises, you know, like the weird alien clicking noises, you know. Anyway, and she can hear it, but she can't see it because it's got this cloaking device on it. It's matching the trees. It's like the ultimate camouflage, right? And yeah, Jackie, it sounded kind of like bugs. Okay, wait a minute. Install. Oh, his computer's installing updates. So what does that mean, Steve? Do I just keep... Okay, I guess I'll just have to keep talking. No problem, baby. All right, hold 1 second. Let me try to send him a message. Anyhow, don't let me forget what I'm talking about. Give me just a second. The thing in the tree. Okay. Hang on. No worries. I got stories. LOL. And send. Okay, so this lady's up in the tree. I gotta stall till he gets here because this video. You can't miss this video, I promise. So, it might be a little while, Sue. I don't know. But, cloaking device. This is what I'm saying. Cloaking device pseudonym. So, okay. Are you not following me? There's a lady in the tree. She got a bow and arrow. Move past how cool it is that we got, you know, women hunters up there. They're doing it right. Doing it cool with a bow and arrow. Probably with some respect. Instead of, you know, sitting up there with a 6-pack and a 12 gauge. You know, which is... You know what I mean? It's supposed to... I'm more Native American. Anyway, taking more Native American approach to it, a little respect. That's all I'm saying. I got nothing against hunting. Just, you know, don't be like... You know what I mean. So anyway, so this lady's in the tree, right? And she sees this monkey thing sounding, clicking, alien clickety-click thing. But she can't really see it because it's got this cloaking device, right? 6-pack of shotgun. I know, right? And 4-wheelers. I mean, what's going on? You know? I'm like, give the deer something. But, alright, like I said, don't get me started. Anyway, my idea of hunting is like the opening scene to Last of the Mohicans, where they're Native Americans running barefoot in the fall, it's all through the leaves and the sticks, you know, Native American manly feet, and they're just chasing the deer, and it's all natural, and everybody's got a chance, and, you know, it's just happenstance that the deer, you know, made a right when it should have made a left or something, and they come upon each other, and they have this knowing moment, and they look at each other, and they all know it, and they're all sad about it, but they have to eat, so he shoots them with a bow and arrow, you know, or, you know, some other kind of humane way. And then they're sad about it, and then they pray, and they do the whole prayer thing, and send the spirit up and thank him for his sacrifice. And, you know, that's a little bit better than 4-wheelers and a 6-pack and a 12 gauge and, you know, deer set and salt licks and, you know, mate and stuff. Duck calls and don't get me started. Anyway, so you get my point. So anyway, this lady, she sees this thing. Are you coming back, Steve, or I got to do this for, I guess I got to do it for a minute. So that's what she saw. And that became what people are called the Glimmer Man. So Steve has done a lot of shows on missing persons, disappearances, and I can never get the name of that show right. What's wrong with me? Missing persons and disappearances on Glimmer Man. And people are describing Glimmerman just like this hunter lady in the tree with the bow and arrow. Okay? And it is crazy, Sue. And hunting and drinking does not mix, Patriot 174. I solely agree. Missing persons and mysteries. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, sweetheart. So, anyhow, the Glimmerman. So, hi, Black Dragon. How you doing? So, anyway, I found this video. I put this video together for Steven. And if he's not going to be here, you know, maybe we can watch it without him and he can watch it later. Because it might be a hot minute before he's back if he's updating like Sue says. And we've been about an hour. But, okay, I'll tell you this one more thing. And I've got a little video. Can you all watch just 1 2-minute video and we'll give him 2 minutes. If he's not back then I'll play the mystery video that I was holding for him. We'll give him 1 more 2-minute chance. Okay, does that sound cool? And I've got this little video. Thanks, chat. I just don't drink that much. No drinking and hunting, uncommon belief. Don't get me started. Don't make me come back there. So, anyway, I've got this other little video. I've got something when we were talking about at the beginning. I was talking about, let's tell a story, right? So, I've wrote this book. It's got 6 parts, or you could say 6 chapters to it anyway. And as a Halloween gift to you guys and the chat and everybody else, if you haven't heard the Cabin series, I highly recommend you come along with us. And I thought, what a way to escape the crazy stuff. So I'm thinking this. After Monday Madness, I'm going to run a chapter once a week. Come in the chat. Let's talk about the characters. Let's talk about stuff. If you find a mistake, let me know. I'll write it down so I'll fix it before I put it into print. I would so appreciate it. Plus, it's cool to get together on this. I'm telling you, it's got everything. It's got ghost kids, a dead children's playground. It's got dogmen. It's got a special, the Rougarou, which is more of the Louisiana dogman. It's got Bigfoot. It's got baby Big Feet in it. It's so cute. It's got ghosts. It's got a murder mystery. It's got moonshiners. It's got, good guys who kind of went bad because of life. There's people in here that were kind of born evil, just evil. No two ways about it. So Steve sent a photo. Hold on. Steve is communicating through the back channels. Hold 1 second. He's sending me pictures. It says about installing about 33 minutes remaining. So I think we're going to watch the video without Steve. But anyhow, the thing is, anyway, it's got moonshiners. It's got Native Americans who come to help nature and show these other people how to balance with nature instead of fighting it. Very much like I was talking about with the hunting. See, we got a theme here. See, when I was going to say something about circling back, but I'll let it go. So anyway, those in here, Keck. There you go. So... and it was a good one too. But anyway, so Sue's laughing. So anyhow, it's got everything. And it also shows how one guy and his dog, this fantastic dog named Rage, and this guy is just trying to get away from his crazy wife, who was fine until she got a hold of divorce lawyers and trying to like take him to the cleaners basically. But he goes away to a vacation for 2 weeks in the quiet. And he just so happens to pick a haunted mountain in a haunted cabin, cabin 22, where a murder mystery takes place, among other things. And haunted woods on sour soil where no nature should be at all. And people go missing there and go in and things happen to them like Steve was just talking about and Bill. On the Missing Persons podcast, they were talking about how you can hear them, but you can't see them. They're right there. They hear you. Hi, are you kidding me? How you doing, sweetie? Welcome in. So they can hear them, but they can't find them. So it's got everything in that book. Portals. It's got a cool sheriff that knows everybody, but kind of lets a couple little things go here and there, but he really wants law and order on his mountain. And the whole reason that the town takes care of this mountain is because it's sacred, and stuff goes on this mountain that if they don't take care of it, it's going to be gone forever. So there's that in the book too, as well as good versus evil, and light overcoming darkness, and belief in yourself and your faith, and working together. There's pagans working with Christians, working with native shaman. There's metaphysical teenager girls, just hippie girls with their crystals and their beliefs and their their tech, and they have a little bit to contribute too. So it's everybody, the elders coming together with the young, and everybody coming together to help perfect strangers, because it's the right thing to do. And they find out that they're also saving, very much like Walton's Mountain slow motion, very much. But Walton's Mountain, if you throw in some big feet and some rougarous and some witches and some pagans and some Christians and some and some maybe an alien or two, and some dead kids and psychic vampires and soul collectors and moonshiners and rats and bats and candy corn. So let's get together. Let's listen to a chapter a week. What do you say? We'll pop popcorn and light our candles and burn our sage and get a laugh and meet some of these characters. And at the end of it, we'll be into fall and into Halloween, and hopefully in a brighter place. At least we'll tell a good story together. So I would love the help, and I appreciate anybody that comes along on that. And candy corn, so scary! Woo, 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 on a candy corn. So anyhow, here's a little thing on that, and then after that we'll play that video. I don't think Steve's coming back, but I appreciate you all staying with me. So here's this little video, and this is a little bit about my book that I wrote, and I feel bad even promoting it, but I think it's such a good story, and I think so many people that come along, Jackie and Grey Wolf and Slow Motion and Sue and Patriot and Black Dragon, everybody in here will pull a little something, some kind of strength for these times too. But you learn about it all interwoven in this murder mystery and this fight with nature against nature and people helping people. It's just so cool. So here it is a little bit about it, and I think maybe you'll feel better for it. Plus, it's a great way to celebrate Halloween with a good old-fashioned ghost story. And I narrate it too, so you can laugh at all the voices I do and how choked up I got doing some of the. There's a really mean, evil, dead guy who's a ghost in this, and he's a real bully, and he's a real honest-to-God shit. I mean, he's just mean for mean's sake, and I had to do his voice, and I wish I hadn't picked such a good voice in the beginning, because by the end of episode part 6, I had almost like ripped my throat all up. I mean, so much tea and lemon with that voice. But he sounded like he had a voice like Marlboro Reds and low shelf whiskey. And he kind of talked like that. And when he got mad, he yelled like that. Boy, he just make your skin crawl. So I did it. The whole book is narrated like an old radio mystery. So there's sound effects like car doors opening and closing, and people walking or knocking on the door, or bells ringing. There's toilets flushing and showers going on and off, and 12-gauge shotgun blasts and lightning and thunder, and wolves growling and Bigfoot howling and all kind of stuff in this. So you could actually close your eyes and visualize your own. And that's what I tried to do when I wrote this. I took in hand, Thoreau and some others that just could describe stuff so much you felt like you were there. So I tried to put the reader there, but I also tried to tell a story about how belief and faith and light, it's going to beat all. It's going to beat all. and love is the strongest emotion. And if you have love and you've got faith and you gather together with like-minded people that have that, may be different and look completely different and act completely different, but when the chips are down, they all come and they stand together because they were drawn there by a pull and a calling and an echo that they just couldn't deny anymore, and chance and faith. And they all meet together on this haunted mountain on Halloween weekend, and they all are a lot different at the end when they come out of it than when they went in. They're a lot different, and I think they're better for it and stronger for it. And it's not an easy couple of days, but they all pull together and they make it. So I'd be honored if you came along and you listened and got to know some of these characters with me again, and eat some popcorn and escape this world for a little bit, at least an hour a week. And I'd be honored if my chat would come along with me. Hi, Courtney. How you doing? Paradox, how you doing? And I'd appreciate it. So, and we can have some fun and eat popcorn. So here's a little video. I hope you like it. Tells you a little bit about it. Puts you in the mood. Here you go. Well, there you go. You caught me eating ice. I hate when people chew ice. That drives some people right up the wall, but I need a piece of ice because my throat hurt after doing Evil Ezra's voice. I'm telling you, some of these voices that I do in this narration, guys, I have no idea where they came from. There's a little boy in here, and it sounds just like What Could Go Wrong, LOL. Thanks, Daryl. I like to keep people laughing, but that's the thing. Poor Dave, right? He's getting a divorce. He's disappointed in his wife because, and listen, kids can listen to this. The scariest stuff in here is real, though. I mean, I can't help it. Dead kids are going to be scary, and I mean, there's no heavy duty cussing. There's some, some gory things, but it's not a creepypasta. It's not. It's different. You could listen to it with the kids. But the thing is the scariest stuff to me is that there's an ancient being in here that's a soul collector that's trying to get your soul. And, these people that are going missing or going out on hikes and turning a corner and they're gone, or, you're a mom and you've got kids and you just want to go fishing and you turn around to tie one kid's shoe and the next kid's chasing a rabbit into a cave and you don't see him. That's horror. You don't have to, creepypastas are one thing, but to me, a Halloween story is like you also use your imagination. I'm no expert writer, or I wouldn't even say I'm an author. I mean, I've written 2 books. This is the second, and I'm not even completely done with this one yet because I am putting in a chapter in the back that kind of might continue on for one of the characters. So, but anyway, I just believe as a reader, not so much as someone who has written very little, that your imagination is the best thing. It's not the thing under the bed. It's what you think the thing is under your bed or in the closet. if you see it right away, the scare is over. The buildup is over. And within this story, I try to put multiple stories. This whole thing is a parable. It's not just about Dave and Rage's dog and the fact that he's trying to get away for a couple weeks just to go fishing, poor guy, out, someplace calm in nature, right? And it's not just about that, or that he's disappointed in a human character, that was once his marriage, because marriage really becomes its own character, right? You got three people involved. You got yourself, and you've got, the other person, and whatever the marriage has become, is almost its own entity. But anyway, you can tell, there's different things going on in this book. It's not just about Skeet, the moonshiner, who's like a ne'er-do-well, doesn't go down off the mountain much. He's a mechanic, likes to work on tractors. He's in a farm, town. So, he's able to do that all his life and work at a garage and, get a little on the side with selling moonshine and running shine in old pickup trucks down the backside of the mountain and making some extra money to go play pool and go down to the big bar in town, in the valley and stuff. That's Skeet's life. But it's also, he's arguing and fighting with Jeb, who's supposedly his best friend, that really owns the still and the garage he works at, and his evil father practically beat this kid to death all his life and scared him into being the person he's turned out to be. And he's still scared of his father, even though he's been in the ground and dead, buried, and decayed a long time ago. And still how that haunts not just his mind, but his everyday life still. And there's a real good chance that it's not just in his mind. Because his old evil daddy, Ezra, just might very well be right next to him. So that's something, if you haven't heard the story, you'll find out about them, and you'll find out some great characters, Mr. and Mrs. McGee, who own the cabins that are up there on the mountain, and the Dead Children's Playground just happens to be up there, and the haunted caves, and this. So anyway, I hope you'll come along and have a happy Halloween, and however you celebrate it, the fall, and just imagine being on a mountain during this time, and maybe imagine away from your day. So we're going to do that after Monday Madness on Monday nights for 6 weeks, right up into Halloween. I hope you'll join me, and thank you so much for sitting through all that. But I'm excited for Halloween, guys. I'm excited for fall. I'm excited for, good things ahead, and I'm excited about this show and bringing you guys new things, and maybe scaring the pants off you a little bit, telling you some ghost stories and stuff, but I always hope that you leave here feeling a little bit better than when you came into this great chat. And it's I love being with Steve, and we're missing him tonight. He's going to miss his video, but that's okay. We're going to watch it without him, because this one, I'm telling you guys, here we go. I'm not responsible. This is just, it scared me. So here we go. But don't tell Steve. Shh. Okay? Just in case. I'll see if I can show it to him tomorrow. So don't tell. Here we go.
Original sightings took place. A video camera was found by a local game hunter. No one has come forward to claim this footage.
Here you go, Steve. This is for you. I see you in there.
Do you see that? Over there, look, over there. Do you see that?
What the hell?
Wait. Because that was it again, right there. Wait.
I don't like this.
You see that? Right there. Look, 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 look,
Oh
look.
my god. That's not an animal. I don't like it.
Okay, fuck. Go.
The breathing at the end, though. The breathing at the end. Oh, my God. Oh, jeez. Whoa. I mean, holy shit. Right? Can you say anything else? Are you kidding? I don't like this, she says. I don't like this, she says. You can see the thing. Can you not see? Right, Jackie? What, WTF. WTF. Exactly. I got chills, Sue says. Wowzer, Patriot 174. Spooky 13%. Right? Had you seen that before, Steve? Oh, man. Whew. That's some straight up predator stuff. This is what I mean. Like the lady, you know, I'm sorry, what? Oh, she missed it. Hi, Laura. How you doing, sweetheart? Anyway, wow. Woo, woo, woo. Did you guys see? Did you see it crouching? That's creepy. Now, some people in the chat said that, yeah, the sounds were the worst part. I mean, did you guys catch that? Could you see it where it was crouching in the middle, where it kind of like you knew that it saw them? And you knew that it saw them, and they knew it saw them, and oh my God, and the sounds, and oh God. So, is that what's happening to the missing 411? How many times has Steve and I talked about, I think he just wanted to give him a hug. Shoot, man. I mean, if that's a fake, you got me. You know, and absolutely, good job. Good job. I mean, because either way, it gave me chills. But it's one of those things that, you know, if you discount it, you throw the baby out with the safe place, safe place, safe place, safe place. Slow motion. Slow motion. Safe place, safe place, place. Just click your heels together. There's no place like my safe place. There's no place like my safe place. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, what did she say? I don't like this. Thank you, Captain Obvious. What are you doing? You're looking at Cellophane Man that's growling. I can hear it growling, girlfriend. Can you not hear that thing growling? It didn't want you near it. I mean, this is why in my everyday life I say, you know, I'm pretty sure that this isn't, you know, just normal everyday stuff. Is this dangerous or not? But then I constantly think about situations like this where you're talking to yourself. What did she think? It was somebody dressed up in an outfit? You know, you see something clear that looks that size walking down a trail in the woods, you just very quietly turn your ass around and start hauling ass in the other direction. No questions asked. You don't need to say anything. You don't need to announce it. You don't need to tell the viewers at home what you're doing. You just need to get the hell up out of there. I mean, that's a hard no for me. I don't know about you, chat. But did y'all see that crouching thing? That was it. When it turned and we saw, so anyway, there you go, Steve. I found a Glimmerman vid. I didn't know if it had been out there because I don't know that much about it. And I saw this one, and weird stuff caught on tape. That definitely gets my vote. And it gave me the creeps. So. Like I said, if it's a hoax, good on them, because it worked. So, There you go. If it scares us a little bit, you're welcome, Steve. I don't know. Did he say that he had seen it before? He'd never seen that one. That's just as creepy as all get. I'd like to see it one more time, and then we're out of here. What do you think? One more time, we're out of there, because I could go for listening to the growling part again. Just the growl part. Let me make sure this is the right one. Nope, this is the wrong one. Hold on. I want to see it one more time. Okay. Hello, Sir Bowden. I love you, baby. Hey, he's going to be on next week talking about Dogman. So, even though you saw it, Sir Brian, thank you for coming in tonight. I love you, love you, love you. And if you have not, please, please, please hit the like. Here's little crispy friend here saying hit the like if that helps. The cute little ghost makes you click a thumbs up or subscribes or share it out so we can get. I think we're 23 away. That would be great if I could get to 1,000K before Halloween. That would be just awesome. And I thank everybody in the chat who has shared it out, who has liked it and shared it on your social media. If I haven't seen it and said thank you personally, consider that time. And I also want to thank everybody who has ordered the book lately. We Are All Children in the Wilderness of the Afterlife, A Guided Tour Through a Haunted Life. Yes, I know it's a long title. I get I get that. I'm being punished for it. Thank you very much. Anyway, thank you to everybody who has recently said that you bought the book, that you've ordered the book, and or if you've read the book and given it an honest review. Thank you for that honest review. I appreciate it on Amazon. Everything helps. There is a man on there gave me 1 star. I think he got it 45 minutes after I dropped it, and there was a couple of typos in a couple of the chapters that we caught the first 3 days. And boy, if he didn't get a review in there and saying it was this and that. But you know, it's honest because the copy did have those typos in it, but it has been fixed. And but boy, that 1 star will drag you down. Whew. You know, but I sincerely appreciate everybody who's ordered that book. I also have stuff on Teespring. If you're looking for a cute little ghost, something or other, I get 35 cents for a sticker or something like that. But if you do Halloween stockings, and if you don't, why not? Why aren't you doing Halloween stockings on the hearth, filling them with coal and gummy worms and squishy ghosts peeps? And black cat peeps and Hershey Kisses and beautiful orange and black foil. What are you doing? Why aren't you doing this? Doesn't everybody do that? Do you not have a black tree with purple glittered stuff and purple boas and things hanging on it? What's wrong with you people? I mean, you're missing out. You're missing out, big time. So fill your Halloween stockings. The crispy stickers are great for that. I'm sorry, I'm just reading the chat. Just a sweetheart. Thank you, Jackie. And I love you. I love you all. And but anyway, Halloween stockings. Black stockings with black fur, black feathers are fine. If you don't have any black boas laying around. Again, I don't know what's wrong with you, but there's that. So candy skulls, all that kind of stuff. Start gathering it now because it goes fast. Halloween is, definitely one of those holidays where everybody's decorating like crazy. I keep it up year round. Steve keeps it up year round. I'm sure we're not the only one in the chat that has a stack of skulls. Again, this is an actual, this is my black crow on top of my skulls. This is my little ghost. This is my poison jar here. I mean, this is year-round stuff. So, anyhow, thank you guys so much. I can't imagine spending Halloween with anybody else, and I appreciate you guys so much. I'm really looking forward to doing the book with everybody, and I'm going to start that. I talked to Aunt Edna and a couple other people in the chat, and we thought after Monday Madness. So next Monday will be the prequel to the cabin, and then we'll do parts 1 through 6 after that. And what I want to do again is, if you're somebody who enjoyed the characters and want to talk a little bit about it, if you're interested in, I'm going to have a guest host on with me for part 6. So we'll send you a link and we'll get you in here and you'll be a little square with me right next to it when we watch it. We can stop, we can talk about it. So I think it'll be fun, and another reason to eat popcorn and light candles and light sage and incense and stay together and talk about spooky cool stuff and hang together for a couple of hours out of the week. I think it'd be really, really cool, and I'm looking forward to it with you guys. So thank you so much for the likes. Thank you so much for the I'm reading the chat. I love this chat so much. I love creepy. I love you, Oracles, and everybody that came in tonight. I appreciate it. Sorry Steve was updating, but he needs to do that every now and then, or he tends to fall asleep, so let him update. We appreciate that he was in here for the first half of the show, and I'm glad he saw that video, because I'm telling you, man, it gave me the absolute creeps. And so anyway, good night, everybody, and thank you for spending a little bit of your Sunday tonight with me, because this stuff is pretty creepy. Hampton Court ghost, the pictures of the tulip staircase and the brown lady, even poor Anne Boleyn chasing her head. These things, if even 1%, like we said on yesterday's show with the terrific Mike and Eddie and Brandon, if 1% of these stories are true, folks, there's something going on out there. And I, for one, am a believer. I've seen too much to go back now, as the song goes. And I can't explain everything that's in the woods that growls like that creature we saw in that video, or if that one wasn't true, there's 100 more that probably are that we didn't catch. And look at all the ghost stories and all the wonderful things. And here comes spooky season, and I'm going to make sure I do my best to help you guys enjoy spooky season. And I certainly have enjoyed it a whole lot more with you guys. And I'm looking for my little outro. Okay, I got it. And I just wanted to say thank you again, Courtney and Edna, Oracles and Beyond, Laura Stevens, so many out there, Grey Wolf, and Ma Reed, and everybody over here from Steve's crew, and Daryl, thanks so much. And good night, everybody. And listen, try to be kind to one another out there. How not to be a ghost, right? Try to get all this crappy stuff off of us now, so we don't have to come back and do this again. What do you think? And also, keep your feet under those covers and keep your closet doors shut, because we are things that go bump in the night. Good night, everybody.